good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to EGM Securities Update. We've got Kanaiya back with us. Kanaiya, that was a fantastic discussion yesterday.
Yeah, we had a good one.
It's just unbelievable what's going on. I mean, I haven't seen this kind of volatility. We're going into a Friday, typically. Euro dollar now, I noticed earlier today, I saw some big moves in the currency market. Dollar index on the rise. Euro dollar, I listened to Draghi yesterday.
Did you?
And actually, you know, I love parsing linguistics. I've been studying central bankers for hundreds of years, well, not many, decades, and the use of language. And he struck me as mildly constructive. You know, he wasn't talking down Italy. He was not talking down the European economy. He said, actually, its capacity utilization is quite high. So I was struck that we then get this move in the euro dollar after he stopped speaking. We popped up to like 114.30. Bang, we're now here. What's this telling you?
Technically, pretty simple to me. We drew, or rather I drew a trend line here, joining two dojis or two pin bars, the first one there, the second one there. I wanted to see whether it was going to bounce and come and test the 15 level or the 18,145 level, but we broke it. So we're coming to retest the early July level here at 1.1300. And every single digits, by the way, triple zeros and 500, those are called psychological levels. A wise man, his name is Matt. He brought me into the game, he mentored me into it, and he told me, always look at the psychological levels. Regardless of what's happening in the bigger picture, a lot of the commotion happens in levels like these, 13,000, 12,000, 11,000, 13,500 end. So it's very interesting that this low right here happens to be right there at the liquidity pool at 1.13. So I know by the end of the day, we're going to test this level and it's going to be very, very rough. It's going to be very, very rough in the sense that if we break it, we're going down hard.
So basically, just for everybody, we got some fundamental news coming out of the US today. It's a GDP print. And I think what if we get a strong print, what you're saying, the technicals are going to push us down to 113.
Easily. What's interesting, what I want to know is what's going to happen at 113. But what I know is what happens at 113 is going to be extremely strong. It's going to be violent. It's going to be bloody. If it shorts, it's bloody. If it goes up, it's green. It's good. But this is a very good level, and this is a very interesting number to watch. It's a very interesting asset to watch. Whether or not someone trades it, it's just interesting to watch what really happens, especially on the lower time frames, on the 1 hour and the 4 hour chart. So if we scale down for just a few seconds, look at that. Look at the price action. Look at that. That is beautiful. Started here, opened here. We've been dropping down. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that. What tells you the same won't happen?
So you're calling it down to 113?
I'm calling it down to 113 easy.
Now, let's go and have a look at cable, because this, you know, I noticed that quite a few times people defended the 130 level.
You saw that, huh?
Did you see that?
Yeah,
we came down there and people would scoop it up. But now we bust through there. We're down here at 128. At the lows of the post-Brexit fallout, I remember at night it got as low as about 114.50 and didn't register on the charts then. I'm talking about a while back.
Oh, a while back.
Yes. You know, but now what are you seeing? What do you think?
Personally, cable for me is a very touchy subject for me. We have a bad relationship with cable.
Why?
I don't trade cable.
It's very, very counterintuitive. It can catch people off guard, and
exactly.
But you know, we've fallen away quite fast here. Since we lost 130, we're now at 128. Where do we go next, in your view?
You know, it's something interesting you've said. Everybody was defending the 130 level, right? Let's draw a line at the 130 level, somewhere there. It's been happening for some time
right?
now.
It dipped through there, but then it was there were a few defenses in this bit.
Yeah, you're right. So when people were defending this level here as a support, I'm not wrong, it was not too long ago.
That's right. I just remember doing it about 3 times in the last few weeks.
Exactly. And now this is where cable scares me. As much as we've drawn a fib, right, we're respecting the 38.2 level and have rejected the level. But let me tell you something about cable. Everybody defending this level, the people who are bullish on cable, chances are had more buy stops over here to rally back up. But look what's happening to them right now.
Yes, they're being killed.
Cable is tricky. Cable is tricky.
Where on the downside is the next target for you then?
Next target, I'm looking at the previous low easily. I can say comfortably 126,500. 126,500. So break up that level, then we really know. But because the downside has really been trending for some time, we have to look at the weekly time frame to give us a bigger picture of another downside. So 125, from 126,500, break of that, we're looking at 125,900 as another bounce on the weekly chart, because this is also a very interesting level. But this will take some time. What's really
Is there a chance we go back down to these really post-Brexit traumatic lows below 120?
Sentimentally, yes. And the reason I say that is because right now, the markets are being driven by fear. The markets are being driven by speculation. Yeah, fear and speculation. So in the market, there's someone on either side of the trade. And the price action is a result. However, the price action is too volatile. It just takes someone to say something on the news, or someone to read this on the news. And
actually, cable is has been very news-driven because of the whole issue with the Europeans.
I call it the peer pressure asset. I call it the peer pressure asset. So you can't really talk to it, but those are my levels for now.
Okay.
So 125.8 on the long term, and short term we're looking at, on the daily we're looking at 126,700, 126,750. Wait for a break, get it down to 125. Wait for a bounce up, looking at a retest of 130, which is a psychological level.